We're live! Just like that, it is Saturday afternoon, which is insane. It is July 4th. Y'all are getting ready to launch fireworks. We're getting ready to launch comic books. We are not built the same. All of these dudes here on the panel are super stoked to bring you the brandest, newest comics to inject straight into your brains. I am Kris. I'm known as Long Box Punk. My collaborator is down there. His name is Kay. Say hi, Kay.
Hey.
And then we've also got the crew from Apollo City. I've got Eric Allred right here. I've got Brandon right here as he drinks. And I've got Manny
I'm distracted.
all the way down there. And we are going to be kicking off both the CHK Comic Barricade Brigade issue number 1. It is a full chapter. It is not just a floppy. They are also celebrating, because I saw you hit the launch button already, on This Comic Kills Fascists dose. So I'm excited to dig into all of these things. This is basically just us hamming it up and hanging out as we encourage you to go back our comics. Quick notes. I'm still putting the finishing touches on the Barricade Brigade campaign page. I have been working at it for like 12 hours. So almost there, but instead, because This Comic Kills Fascists is already launched, let's talk about that, and I'll kick it over to one of you that wants to take it away.
Oh, of course. Yeah. You know, that's sorry. I was sharing this video like crazy and just trying to get some promo out there. Dude, yeah, this is the second book. It's kind of crazy. It's interesting putting this project on Kickstarter, because the first book, for those who know about This Comic Kills Fascists, we made a little over a year ago now, in response of, I think Trump got reelected, was the catalyst that kind of spearheaded it. We all had a bad day that day. And then so we were like, let's try to do something. And this book kind of came about because I'm a big, punk rock fan, if anyone didn't know that already, and that knows about Apollo City Comics. And I would always go to bands like The Clash and Anti-Flag when moments like this would happen, when you needed some sort of resistance call, something to help rally you, give you hope, and like let you know that you're not alone in what you're feeling, and giving you like an anthem to charge to while you go like live your life and make your art and do these things. And since those bands really aren't around right now, and I feel like a lot of political punk stuff just doesn't stand out to me the way those bands did and like impacted me like that. This was the response to it. So Eric Allred and I had been collaborators at that point, just for like, not on projects yet, but just for like in a few, just, planning, launching OS, bringing them.
Oh no.
There we go.
You're
There
back.
he is.
You froze.
Yeah.
Hot here, it's
no.
melting everything.
Yeah.
Am I frozen again?
No, you're good. You're good. Presently.
Okay, cool. Just let me know.
You were on a roll
I'll
too,
move
man.
I'll move upstairs if anything. But Eric Allred and I kind of teamed up, and we were just like, dude, let's try to get some collaborators and put together like a small passion project. Like let's just fund it ourselves. This was meant to be a zine. It was literally supposed to be a small zine, and it turned into like a saddle stitch book instantly. And then the zine idea went out the window. And as we did this, we were like, what if we did one for each year that he was president? And just because there's so much shit happening every fucking, that's the hard part too, is like putting out a book where you're not just reacting to things, a book that can like actually stand some testament of time. And I think that's some issues that punk rock has with some, musical things, is that a lot of it just becomes dated in a year, 2 years. There's some stuff I would love to include, but like Condoleezza Rice isn't in office for any reason anymore. And, Bush isn't fucking, president anymore. And so you have to keep things that are current and, timeless in a sense. We try to find stories and books and ideas that were timeless, and that's where it gets really hard filtering through submissions and choosing certain things. But the second volume was again a callback to like, here's our response. It's a second coming of this idea, and we put Dos 1 to have it in Spanish and have some Mexican heritage. It is a callback to like Kris #2 of Anti-Flag in that sense too. Like there's a lot of stuff that goes into those type of things that we homage and we pay tribute towards and steal. But it all just became a really cool thing, and because it's such a big project, and because like one, it's our highest selling book in Apollo aside from the punk anthology, our first book. We wanted to kickstart it to just make it not for any sort of like profitable reasons, but to like reach a larger audience and to get, you know, our name out there more and get the book out there more. And so we're doing all these special things for the Kickstarter campaign because crowdfunding it's our people, it's how we became created as a brand, and that's when we know we hit the masses the most and the most efficiently. So, you know, thank you to Kickstarter for letting us run a project like this and bring it to life on a platform like this with such a intense title, and it's in your face, and it's not meant to, you know, beat the bush. We're here to like, we're not for any of this crap. So that was a long-winded way of saying thanks for bringing us on the show. This comic kills fascist dose. There's some background story, but I'm really hyped to be here.
Sweet. Eric, Manny, anything to add to the?
No, this book too, like Brandon was saying, this first volume is like a little floppy. I think it's like 28 pages or something like that. And then the second book is well over 100 pages, just because, like he was saying, everything, like we're trying to make it so it's not just, it is a time capsule of a moment, but it is also, like Brandon was saying, timeless, because it's not going after stories that are very charged towards one person or one thing. It's sort of like the overarching sentiment of that piece that is being represented. But like that second volume, there's so much that has happened between last year January and this year July.
It feels like 4 years already.
Yeah. So there's like everybody was just bringing heat. Like we got so many submissions that were like overwhelmingly like fantastic submissions.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm new to Apollo, so I just want to say I'm glad to be part of this project, man. I mean, comics and punk rock are literally the two most important things in my life that changed it. So something that brings them both together is, I think, amazing. And, you know, I think both have a history of being anti-establishment and being anti-fascist. I mean, going back to Captain America punching Hitler on the cover of, you know, his first issue.
Hell yeah.
And, you know, punk rock literally was created by people that had no way to say things and had to create a way to say it. And, you know, zines came from that. You know, I've been making zines since I was in high school with my friends. So it just seemed like a natural fit, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. And I think right now, print media and something like zines are so important, where everything is so digital and can be erased at the drop of a hat, you know, like, even if, you know, you just have a photocopy of something, it's probably more important than having it on digital. So I'm glad we're putting this out into the world, because I firmly believe that words and art can change the world, because all you got to do is change a couple of minds and get that fucking ball rolling, you know?
And, you know, that was just a testament to what this book has done for Apollo and how we've grown in different directions over the last year or so. You know, when we did this first book, it was me and Eric Allred basically spearheading it and putting it all together and doing the groundwork and just doing the layouts and just finding a way for this book to come to life and navigating, you know, all the, you know, contributors and everything. And this time, like, it's a year later and we have like Manny on the team, which is like super new to us. And it's cool having a player that's like integrated with different, you know, comic communities and has like that roaring passion that we all kind of try to echo and push for when we find people to like join Apollo, like as like a team member in that sense. And then we have, you know, our dude Forrest, who writes for like Dying Scene, who's doing a lot of PR for us right now and just sending out stuff like, and that's the cool thing, is that the reach this book is getting already, and just what I've seen on Instagram. We launched at 10 a.m. today. I haven't looked at anything yet because I went straight to the gym afterwards and then like showered and jumped on the stream. And like, so I haven't seen like where we're at, but it's cool just seeing like, it's the 4th of July holiday. It's a Saturday. We don't launch campaigns on days like this. We launch on Tuesdays, which is a standard. And with the growth behind it and the passion and the people are really what makes it exciting. And Apollo launches so many campaigns. Like, I don't get like nervous or like so many campaigns.
So
One, Jeff DeMars on Finding Kismet. We're doing this, and then we're already literally once this campaign has started, we're wrapping up the final assets of like, you know, Eric does a bunch of cool videos, and we have some, you know, media prepared throughout the month, and you know, some like different small things. But basically, like this project is off our mind, and we're already focusing on the next project. So it's like a cool rotating wheel, but it's because the team is so big, we could do that. We could have people like Manny like do updates and run things so that we could just be a well-oiled machine and just keep rolling with stuff. But I mean, it's grown. That's the cool part. Like when you see your community grow, and especially with the shifts, you know, like I got a lot of promotions through Comics Wellspring while I was working. Like I really milked that cow as like much as I could, you know what I mean? And now that we don't have like that platform in that sense, and that company's basically not even around to like support creators anymore, we basically like we're really fortunate that we had a following to kind of pick things up and just like, oh, we don't even need that part. And now we're just like using our new resources and ways to go and promote books and get comics out there and join and be with our communities and whatnot.
Yeah, it definitely is like a significant feeling shift. Especially talking to other creators too, of like, hey, what's going on with that stuff? Like, what happened? And it just, I mean, we had to switch printers, and that's part of the delay of getting AHA out, and which in turn then delayed our focus on Barricade Brigade, which then in turn, like,
that's 2 of them.
Hell yeah. But it just like, because we were sprinting on that, now the past 24 hours we have been sprinting towards Barricade Brigade, which, fun fact, I just hit the launch project button on. So that should be like, yeah, congratulations. Dope. So now that's live. So everybody can stop watching this, and I'll just talk over it. Or actually, Kay, you talk about it. Talk about Barricade Brigade Chapter 1 as you sip on your much better tasting spicy watermelon as opposed to my...
Look at this. This is as big as my fucking head.
So you're already feeling good. That's what you're saying. Oh, you're opening it. All right.
I waited. I waited for you to say it was live.
Nice. Well, I've been drinking this watermelon sour gummy caffeine energy drink because I need the boost, man. So tell me about Barricade Brigade.
Barricade Brigade is pretty cool. So if you haven't heard of it, Kris, it's about a punk band that has decided they're going to take on corporate monsters that are trying to buy out a venue. Find out said monster is also actually a monster.
Awesome.
But more than that,
No,
they find out
there.
Yeah, more than that, they are aliens, and there are more of them.
Ooh, aliens! You say that's a
Aliens,
brand new
I
word
say.
to throw around our book.
Yeah, it is. And issue 1 literally picks up right after the end of the 0 issue, so there's basically nothing lost, and we're moving full steam ahead.
Hell
Even
yeah!
if that's 60% steam at the time.
Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned it, but because of AHA and all of the energy that took, we are a little bit behind where we wanted to be in terms of like production of Barricade Brigade. A lot of the pages and panels are inked, but none of them have been colored yet. So everything on the campaign page, while it is just the black and white now, we're going to update it as colors complete. And we set a really far out fulfillment date of January of 2027.
Smart.
To give,
I mean,
we don't want to rush it, right? Like we want to make sure we're putting everything into this book that we should be. And if that means delaying other projects that we had talked about, like we're going to do that. Surprise, Cab, we're going to do that.
I like to breathe too, so that's fine.
Yeah.
That's the hard part, you know what I mean? Like, especially when you have so many projects in the pipeline and you get excited and things are rolling and you kind of set up these dates and map out your year. And then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, this isn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
You're just like this, and it could be because of any of factors. Like Apollo has redone our schedule at least 3 times every year. We try to stick to very concrete, schedule planning and try to get books out on time. But we've learned that breathing is one good.
Sleep is nice.
Sleep is nice. And we all kind of hit like a burnout thing going on too, and that's something to like acknowledge when life hits you. And actually, like, unfortunately in Apollo, I think all of us have had like some sort of like traumatic event happen in the last like year or two, kind of domino effect all of us. Like,
Yeah.
I think it kicked off right around the time with me, and then it hit everyone. It was just like a after effect, and all of us have gone through a lot of like, just life moments, from like, pets passing away to just like job shifts to having to like move to like having, cool thing is that like, hey, thank you so much, Paul. Some people have leveled up, some people have just gone through things, and so you got to balance those life movements and try to like, put these projects out and be a passionate creator and do the grind and all that bullshit. You know what I mean? But like at the same time, you got to be cautious to yourself and to your loved ones and to those around you, and you have to like care about that and nurture that more so that you can do this longer and have. It's about longevity, and comics. I don't think any of us are going anywhere anytime soon away from comics. I'm not going to, any one of us could fucking die tomorrow, but like, it's one of those things. I didn't mean to get that depressing. But like, wow, but it's like, this is a old man's game.
It could be fucking today, man. Like, whatever.
Yeah. Like it's one of those things where like, we're wanting to do this for a long time, and we don't want to like just kill ourselves off now. And if you burn out, and if you start to get frustrated, and if you start to like not have fun and enjoy it, and it feels like just like a drag of like work, and just like, it's hard when you're depressed, you know what I mean? So like having breathing room and timelines and like maneuverability, like make your delivery date 6 months after your campaign and deliver early. That's a better thing than to deliver years late or months late, because you're like, life happened, and people will, exempt that for sure. But you should be also prepared for that in a professional quote unquote sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we try to be, especially with Apollo, like because we've learned our lessons from going through those things, is just like, you just got to fucking have fun with it, and books will come no matter what. Plus, so many people are backing so many books. They're gonna be busy. They're not gonna get to your book and read it for another year anyways. It's gonna be on their TBR pile. So it's fine.
Dude, I got a stack literally this big of going back like a year and a half to convention books, Kickstarter books, weekly books.
Manning, yes.
And you know what, dude? The way I see it is like, I have a lot of books that I've never gotten to read yet, but like, it's like having a library, and I'm like, I'll get to it eventually, man. I think that's awesome. And you're right, Brandon, people are like that. People will get to the book eventually, and there's always time for more comics.
I backing as many Kickstarters as I do, I guess I can say this without shame this time. I have a bookshelf full of, I don't have a pile, I have like 7 piles. And so I'm looking at it now. It's a 3-shelf little thing. And
I have a short box that's full, and it's every book in there is a Kickstarter book from somebody, So
I figured they got the support from me, and when they needed it, and when I have the time to sit down and give proper attention to reading the book, I will. And until then, I have so many options of stuff to read. It's stupid.
There you go, man. It's just like it. Like you always will have something to pull and grab and read. And
Speaking of grabbing and reading, casually adding in Evan Johnston.
Look at that!
Hey guys,
what is that in your hands?
Oh wow!
I didn't see you there. I was just reading this great zine. I was wondering when's there going to be a. I'm like, I need an issue 1. This is issue 0, so
Have we got the news for you? So
nice to see you all. Hey Eric, hey Manny, hey Brandon, Kris and Kris. Always good to see you guys.
Likewise, because that might sound super familiar, like we've been talking with Evan since it's because we have, and we're doing something new with Barricade Brigade that I think we're probably going to continue, and we're introducing B-sides to all of our comics. See, because it's like the record, awesome. A-side, B-side. So I wanted more. I'm going to say it again. And I need a better reaction because I was really proud of thinking of that. We're introducing B-sides to all of our books.
Oh, I love
Oh
B-sides.
shit!
Oh, so much better. But we are going to be adding backup stories to all of our comics going forward that aren't anthologies, just to work more with some of the creators that we have in our CHK Green Room. And for Barricade Brigade 1, we are including Evan Johnston's Part 2 of Artifacts, which you can read Part 1 in AHA that we just sent out to backers as proven earlier. And so we're excited to have Evan work with us to tell more of his story. It's getting expanded a little bit. It's going to be 20 pages. So Evan, for those that haven't read AHA yet or haven't gotten AHA yet, tell us about Artifacts. What's your story about, man?
First of all, there's so many stories in AHA that you really need to check it out. I've been having fun reading it ever since I got it on Friday. See, Brandon's got his copy too. That's the
Perfect.
That's the cover I wanted. I'm gonna go pay money for that cover because that one's my favorite. But yeah,
I tried to buy the original art.
He really did.
It did.
It was no go.
I want the original art too. So I love a sea monster. Like that is my preferred, or like a lake monster. That's my preferred. But yeah, for AHA, like when I read the description of what Kris and Kris were looking for, I was like, I don't think they'll take this, but like I want to do sci-fi horror. Like I've always wanted to do sci-fi horror. Like I really enjoy that genre a lot. Like starting with Forbidden Planet, Aliens, of course, like, you know, and then there's like the lesser known ones, and I'm actually just now blanking on the title.
There's like Sunshine, that's got the like just cosmic dread.
Sunshine is dope, but what's
The
the one where
Thing.
it's kind of like The Thing is incredible.
I think
Yeah,
The Thing is
this
one
is
of the
my-
greatest movies ever made.
Yeah.
Yes, not just horror,
fantastic.
like
Yeah, like
movies,
just-
period. Yeah.
Well, they did a Hellraiser in space too. I'm talking too much. Anyway,
No,
I
that one
like,
was good. I liked even the bad Hellraiser movies. so-
Jason X when he stabs everybody in the spaceship.
Jason X is also a masterpiece, but don't even get me started on all this.
I literally think I hallucinated that movie because no one talks about it. Like it's just one of those things where I'm like, no, it happened. And like,
And David Cronenberg is in it, so
There's also Leprechaun
little-
in space.
Little
hey.
thing drawing. I do.
Yeah, you
That's
did.
so
Oh, man.
good.
Little face right there. Yeah.
that is trouble. I love seeing ink.
again, I got a Thing poster behind me. You can probably see it on the.
I tried
There you go.
looking up Evan right now.
There.
I was looking up Evan on Instagram, and yours is Evan
Oh, no.
Johnston art, right? If
Yeah,
you go
yeah,
to
yeah.
the Evan Johnston before, but under that, it's just some ripped fucking white dude that like.
That's also me.
That's also
That
Evan.
was-
It's the same thing. No, that's like look, it's complicated.
It's a Jekyll and Hyde.
Redefining dad bod over there.
I have to be a ripped dude in like 20 minutes. It's really weird. But yeah, Artifacts is the story of a bounty hunter and a scientist who are on planet Threlka looking for artifacts, these clay fragments of a society long gone. It's not going well, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. And like, you know, like AHA, we have basically like 7 to 8 pages to tell our stories. So when I started doing it, I was like, oh, there's so many more things I could do. And like, it just started to eat me up. And I was like, but I also have to finish these 7 pages so that the anthology gets published. So I just started writing stuff down, and I have more horrible things for people to happen on Threlka. And that's why we're calling this Artifacts Return to Threlka, because there's some new folks who are looking for those same artifacts, and they're going to meet with some new horrible ends. So I just am so grateful to you guys. Number one, for continuing the saga of Hot Watermelon, because I really like that issue. Like, it was one of the Kickstarter things that I backed where I just smiled when I got it. I was like, this has a lot of heart. This has a lot of fun. and like this, the style is dope. The humor is there, and it's also, I don't know, it also just feels good as a comic. Like it's the kind of thing I wanted to read when I was a young straight edge nerd in Arlington, Virginia. And now I have it, and I'm a rip dude on Instagram.
That's a lot of straight edge dudes are these days, you know.
Are you still in the Big V? Are you still in the Big V, Virginia?
No, I'm in Brooklyn, New York. Hence, I legally have to wear a Knicks shirt for the next 53 years. So,
Legally, yeah, you have
so,
to.
They mailed them all out. So we all got one.
Yeah.
Go Knicks. No, I really like what you guys are doing, and the chance to be a part of it is wonderful. Like CHK is just like comics the way I like to see indie comics. It's scrappy, it's fun, and
your payments in the mail.
Look, I'm checking my balance here.
Yeah. Check your cash app.
This
dude.
is nothing compared to my Rip Dude allowance. So.
There's only fans and only comics.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that your only fan?
Only comics.
Hey man, you gotta make a couple bucks as a comic creator, dude. Like we
Whatever it takes.
Thank you. It's very hard to explain to my family. Yeah, like it's and I gotta say I love Kris's writing, and I love Kris with a K's ink. Like I think this is just gonna be the best. So I'm hoping everybody backs it, because if you're not, you're missing out. Like that's just how it is.
That's just how it is. Yeah. Thanks for all the kind words there. Genuinely.
Yes, that was a lot of kind words.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about the fact that you do your own rad zine.
Yeah.
Oh crap! I don't have
coming back this year, right?
Yeah. Is there any chance I can you also contribute to that? Like,
Yes.
is that,
Why not? Why not?
You just scared Manny off.
Oh, that's good. I run Hallowzine.inc as a yearly publication, and it's fun because like it started off as just my friends. Like I know a bunch of writers in Brooklyn, and I was like, we should just do like a zine, and that's how it happened, and it keeps going, and I keep meeting new people who bring new stuff to it, and it's a lot of fun. So if you want to check it out, Hallowzine.inc. I haven't updated the website yet because I don't know. I'm gonna get around to it, but the Kickstarter will be starting soon, and it's just a lot of fun. Like I like the kind of Halloween stuff where it's scary but not traumatizing. Like it's like a good yarn. So like if you really want to get crazy, get Aha. But if you're looking for like something to sip cider to and just kind of feel like you're enjoying your October with like
you want some fucked up shit, go to Aha. You want that stuff, go over there. You want some classy, good Halloween content where you could just kick back and actually enjoy.
Yeah.
You
Feel
come
cozy, put on a nice cardigan sweater.
I love that pitch.
It just sort of reminds me of like when TV show, like you've watched like Trilogy of Terror or whatever. Do you guys know that one with Karen Black?
Karen Black, yeah.
Or like that's kind of what I'm going for, is just like some fun, weird stuff. And it also has my strange Halloween mascots, the Viscount Spookamesh, who endorsed Aha earlier. It's on my Insta. He's a very kind and out of touch TV horror host who has an adventure every year. So I love TV horror. I like doing that a lot.
It's great.
Me too, man. I that's the job I want the most, other than being a ripped dude. Like
I still will sometimes watch Svengoolie, like if I remember, and of course Joe Bob Briggs. I've been watching him since I was in high school with like Monster Vision back on TNT, and now the last drive-in on Shudder, dude.
Yeah, dude, they just put all of the Tales of the Crypt on Shudder too.
Oh, dude, I've been like binging them. Like, yeah, I forgot how freaking nasty some of them really were. Like,
yeah,
like it's like
This is why my mom didn't want me to watch this. Got it.
Yeah, see, my parents didn't care. Like my favorite movie ever is RoboCop, and I think I watched it when I was like, 10 years old. You know, like I think I was a little kid before I watched RoboCop. Yeah, there we, dude. Oh man, can you send?
Just keep on making, just keep sending me references. I'll just keep pulling out drawings. Like, dude, this is
Brandon,
yours, Manny. By the way, this is yours,
please,
100%.
because I have a whole wall of RoboCop drawings that different people have made me.
That's
Everyone from
dope.
Tony McMillan to like,
Oh fuck yeah!
all the Cosmic Lion people. Like, yeah, I literally,
I have your stack of comics waiting to get mailed and packaged, so they're going on that stack that's been there for 3 months. So yeah, 100%.
Yeah. We grew up in the best time, dude, and I never got filtered back with C, so like I literally was watching that stuff when I was 10, and I think I learned about death from watching RoboCop.
Dude, RoboCop traumatized me as a kid, dude. That movie was like, I saw it, I think of like, I'm just like a hint too young when I wasn't exposed to a lot of violence, and seeing that, like, it still burned in my head, the hand getting blown off.
Dude,
and
I mean, yeah, like that.
Death, like,
yeah, dude, that's like one of the most intense. That's what I'm saying when I think I'm like, in my little kid brain, I'm like, oh, so like death is painful and sucks, you know? And it sucks for him because he dies and they still make him go to work, you know? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say RoboCop was where I learned that I can never retire. Like, you just
yeah,
have to,
right.
like, keep going.
It's such a brilliant movie, man. Like, it's literally so relevant. And
I would love to see a modernization of now, you know, like shows like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, they stopped making it and they like rewrote that last season because they were like, you know what, like being a cop just isn't cool or funny anymore. So it's like hard for us to like try to portray this outlook on like, you know, being a funny police cop show. And like in the 80s and the 90s, it was like kind of cool, you know what I mean? Like you had like now everyone hates like cops and they're just like,
you're right, because we had the rogue cop, which is still an archetype that I kind of love. Like you know, I co-write Relic Hunter with Adam Lemna, and like in the second issue, because the issue takes place in the 80s when the Azif the Barbarian gets shot into the future. We wrote like a female rogue cop because like we grew up like watching movies like Lethal Weapon and you know, and Cobra, and like, you know, and the
Cobra. Oh my god,
Cobra's amazing, man. You know, so you know, like you had those great archetypes like the rogue cop and the eternally pissed off police captain yelling at him, you know, for all the fucking property damage he's causing, this and that, you know. But you're right, Brandon. Times have changed, and you know, some of that can veer dangerously into like propaganda, which none of us want to really be a part of, you know. But really, I don't.
The RoboCop story, like a modernized RoboCop, or just like it ain't cool to be
like I feel like Alex Murphy today would fucking go around killing ICE or something, or fighting ICE.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like
just having that realization of,
because he was anti-corporate. You know, he was literally like you know, about corporations fucking him over. You know what I mean? And like.
Sounds like a great pitch for This Comic Kills Fascists Trace.
Yeah, maybe that's my story, dude.
Yeah, dude, straight up. Maybe that's your story for them. We just start drawing it now. Like, that'd be fucking cool.
Robotic cop.
There you go. Yeah.
There we go, dude. I'll be in contact. Issues. Maybe you and I need to work on this together.
I love that.
My
dude, fucking Captain Apollo and Robotic Cop. That's a good team up. Yeah, Captain Apollo.
We just created a character, Robotic Cop. It belongs to everybody in this group right here, and we'll figure out a way to make it happen.
It's one word too.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I only ever knew RoboCop as a kid because he did like came in as a special guest for a WCW pay-per-view in like '89 with Surfer Sting when he still had the yellow hair.
Yeah.
And I was like, who's this guy in the cage? Why is he wearing a metal helmet? And then I watched the movie and I was like, why was he with Surfer Sting?
So there was a RoboCop cartoon, and Marvel did a series, you know, like, and I have
Frank Miller.
Was everywhere.
The Miller RoboCop is the shit, dude. Like, I love the Miller RoboCop.
Marvel did like a regular newsstand. Yeah, there was RoboCops 2 and 3 that Frank Miller wrote the script for.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I worked for this very much older gentleman in publishing. Like he had lived to see the invention of the trade paperback, and that's just one of those things where you're like, wait, what? And so I was like, I have to ask this guy what his favorite movie is, and he did say RoboCop.
Dude,
That is
Peter
absolutely
Weller
crazy.
is like the coolest dude. You know, he's been RoboCop. He was Batman. He was
doctor.
like he was a
He's a
doctor.
doctor.
He's like a straight up like art teacher or something like that too.
Architecture,
Like
I think,
he's
is what he is, like some kind of architecture historian or something. Yeah, 'cause
something
I was
wild.
watching some random PBS thing once about like architecture, and it's like Dr. Peter Weller. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, that's the Peter Weller.
They should put Dr. Peter Weller parentheses RoboCop. Like, the most professional of environments. Like, but yeah, he like put out like a textbook and everything, like all this
Yeah.
crazy stuff. And that dude he's brilliant. He's super smart. And like, dude, he was the voice of Batman in the Dark Knight Returns adaptation.
Which was pretty
Fun
good.
fact. Pretty great. Pretty great.
How do you know all
But
this?
let's spin the conversation back to where what we're here for. Since we're getting
Comics.
some pledges in. So like I was just thinking that like I don't know, with the re-release of Take Out Your Pants and Jacket, when you think back on Tom's vocals and you kind of like reflect on where Tom has grown from that era into what we're doing with Blink today. And so like Kris, what are you most excited for like, the future of Blink? Where do you think this is going?
I love that you just brought Tom DeLonge into it. It's like that meme of like everything's
Took a
burning. and
left
there's one
turn.
person. Hey, look.
Took a left turn on everybody here. Well, I did a right turn as I said left turn, but whatever.
That's fine.
No, I honestly like watching interviews that they're doing, and it does feel like Enema of the State, where they're all just having fun writing music together. And so, but also like now they're dads and married and have all the life experiences and stuff. And so I am excited to see what they come next. And honestly, I stopped trying to figure it out because every time I was like, oh, this next album's going to be like, bleh. They give me something completely different. So I don't know. Like I want more music from them would be great.
Would
Because,
you rather
like,
have a new Blink album or a new AVA album?
oh fuck, don't do that to me.
I'm doing it.
He did it. I saw it.
At this point, I would rather I want a new Blink album first, but I want a new AVA album as well because Lifeforms was just so damn good.
So good.
I still regularly go back. What albums of Blink and AVA do you go back to, and do you go back to one more than the other?
Hands down, I go probably to Dreamwalker most
Ooh, okay.
often with AVA or their first one. Those are probably my two, besides Lifeforms. Those are my top three. I think AVA would be Dreamwalker, Lifeforms, We Don't Need a Whisper. And then Blink, I think Blink, I always like, I mean, their newest one is always my top pick. And then, because it's phenomenal, especially those B-sides. And then I don't listen to the Skiba years. I really don't. I only like a handful of songs. I love Matt Skiba. I love Alkaline Trio, but not. It sounds like a cover band to me, and it sounds like Mark just struggling to write songs. You know what I mean? It just didn't seem right. But Takeoff, like probably I go back to a lot because I forget how cool like songs are, like Reckless Abandon and
On and on.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't know. I haven't really put on a Blink album in a while. Not that I'm burnt out on the self-titled, but like, I mean, that is always a favorite. But Neighborhoods is probably the one I do go back to the most frequently out of all the Blink albums, I want to say, which is odd. I think even for myself. Yeah.
See, Neighborhoods came out right when I went through a really rough breakup, and so like I hear songs like Ghosts on the Dance Floor, and all I think of is driving an hour home from her house after she broke up with me, and like listening to that album. And so for me, that album, while I love it, is also just like I don't want to mentally, every time I listen to it mentally, I zap back to then. And I'm like, I don't want to be in that mental space. So I listen to it the least, even though I love that record. Like, it's so good.
Well, there's like two songs on it I don't care for. Like When I Was Young, I think was it.
Okay.
Or I think that's the song I'm thinking of on that track. But there's like 2 songs on that I don't particularly care for. There's a Tom one and there's a Mark one that I'm not crazy about. It's the Tom one. Whenever Tom talks about like the early years, I always just like this is okay. Like, yeah, you know, because there's the AVA song that's like that too.
Yeah.
This podcast is just about Tom DeLonge now, guys. I'm so sorry. This is what's happened.
We launched comics, but let's talk about Tom DeLonge. Yeah, and we've taken over, I think, every show we've ever done together with Tom DeLonge talk. I think last time we ranked AVA albums. And everybody else just kind of gets silent, like, oh, shit.
Like, God damn it. Especially on like my team, because they're just like, this bullshit again. God damn it. Fucking Brandon and this fucking Blink 182
one more time.
Tom DeLonge bullshit. We get it. Like, we
fucking
get it.
Manny's done.
Yeah,
he's done with you.
Manny,
Fuck this guy.
He's had it.
I would be curious what band Hot Watermelon is based on, if there is one, or if it's a composite.
Okay.
Ooh. I would say
Did I just end the
No. So man, this is tough because there's a lot of influence, not just in the band, but also in my own guitar playing, that a lot of it came from Anti-Flag, and Brandon and I have talked pretty at depth with like that was a fucking loss for me,
dude. Same. That hurt my heart, my soul, my identity. Like,
yes, because like how am I supposed to be into this hyper political, hyper feminist punk band that the singer was using it as a fucking like a sheepskin to hide? It was terrible.
And just to like hurt your bandmates, like I would be crushed. I mean, I bet the whole. I mean, imagine like we find out that Eric Allred's actually been doing all this stuff behind the curtain and just like crazy, unexpected things.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, and it would just like just hurt me as like a collaborator,
a rabid capitalist.
Yeah. Between the gutters, Eric's just like shitting on the whole thing.
What the fuck is going on here?
Eric doesn't even smoke weed apparently, and it's just like one of those things that
it's all a ruse.
I'm a very nice person.
Yes, he is.
Very nice, very evil, like Danhausen.
Yes.
For now.
Just wait until you get that ripped dude allowance, then you're not going to be so nice.
Rip dude allowance is my new band.
Pretty good band name.
I was gonna post like I hit like this is just funny as shit because the way it came up. But like I was gonna post like a video, like I did like a new PR doing deadlifts today, and I was like you can't be weak fighting fascists, and now I just like don't want to post that video after like these jokes because I'm you guys are gonna rip me up. Like, I'm glad I didn't do it before we started this. Like
it's too bad. We can still rip you up right now if you wanted to. I'm not above it.
But so Anti-Flag is like part of Hot Watermelon. But Kris, did you have Kris Stahl? Did you have a band in mind when you were writing it as well, or like?
So it's funny because I really didn't. Like I wanted them to exist separate because if I made them too much like a band, then I was worried that I was going to be writing like, oh, well, what would Rancid do? But that said, like I absolutely was thinking of bands like Rancid, like early Blink-182 when they were just like scrappy and stupid.
I was a huge Op Ivy fan. Like
oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
and still like Rancid still feels new to me based on how much I like Op Ivy.
Yeah,
and like they just posted like their crazy tour car that had like a suitcase like welded to the top or something. Not a suitcase, but like a steamer trunk. It was weird. Like I love that band. So I love hearing that.
just got my I just got my
Yes.
girlfriend into Op IV, Rancid, and transplants. Like I got her into the transplants first because I was just on a transplants kick, and then I saw this this was like an old like before memes were memes, and like when I was in high school and whatnot, you know. And she just like nailed it on the head so hard. Like, you know, she's this person, you know, we're in her 30s. She's never listened to Rancid. She's never listened to Transplant. She's never really heard Tim Armstrong. And there was this meme. It was like more of a cartoon strip. It was like a voicemail box, and on it was like, you know, the word balloon. And it was like, "Hey, Tim Armstrong, this is your doctor speaking. Turns out you're not British and you don't have Down syndrome, so you can stop singing like that." And like my girlfriend was like, "Is this guy British?" Like in the car, like when she's like, "Is he like from like is he British the way he sings?" And I was like, "No, he's not." And that was the first thing that came into my head. And I was like, "I can't believe that you just stereotyped him into this like niche little joke that I've been like talking about for 20 years." Like,
It's fantastic.
I am now remembering I was like drawing at Starbucks as like a young NYC transplant. This was like 2000, and Tim Armstrong came in and like, you know, my jaw dropped and he just like did this like, yeah. It was really funny. And to his credit, he did not buy a single fucking thing from Starbucks. He was just there to use the bathroom like everyone else. So
Hell yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah, that's dope. I'll take that.
just a king.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm a huge Rancid fan. Like they were probably the first like punk band that grabbed my ear and said, "Listen to this."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Oh my God, music can be like this." And Out Come the Wolves is regularly top 3 album of all time. In my
everybody Roots Radicals. All right, took the 60 bus to downtown Campbell Bentonado. He was on there. Everybody, come on now, everybody with do a little sing along.
Yeah, Rancid's great, and that whole scene that came out of Gilman was fantastic. You know, like you had Operation Ivy, you had Green Day, you had Crim Shrine,
AFI was with all of them doing that shit.
You had Jawbreaker, which is my favorite band ever. I mean, like
Jawbreaker's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, I got a Jawbreaker.
I didn't get into Jawbreaker until earlier this year when I read that book Sellouts. They were just one of those bands it was one of those things. I would listen to Glass Jaw, but I hadn't listened to Jawbreaker yet.
Yeah.
And it was just cross wires, but yeah. Fantastic.
They're
I went to school with one of the members of Glassjaw. That's crazy.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, I don't remember anyone's name.
I couldn't name them either. I couldn't. They kill their bassist, though. I will say, kill their bassist. I will
see that's if you're gonna kill a bassist, I'm in. Like that was the one instrument that I tried to learn. I don't have the coordination for playing instruments, but I understand how they work theoretically. You know what I mean? But I couldn't get my fingers to do the right stuff. But it like Rancid, you got a fucking badass bassist.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, I'm in. I don't even care. I'm in.
Yeah. I mean, that's what got me into. That's why I picked up a bass. Was like Kris #2 and Matt Freeman and Gene Simmons and Mark Hoppus. You know what I mean? And I mean, that's metal wise, Dan Briggs of Between the Buried to me. But like, that's also like I studied music for years, and studying classical music helped me shred like on bass lines, on punk music and metal and whatnot. That was like the structure. Yeah. That's the way to learn.
So speaking of structure, we're gonna hard transition back to like when it came to putting together This Comic Kills Fascists dose. What from the first one did you like say we nailed this? I really like how we did that. And what things were you like, we're gonna do this differently for the second one?
I think what we did really well with the first one was Eric had a really great design for it and a really good thematic way to bring a black and white book together. That was another thing, making it black and white. I think really like it was a really cool thing to do, really fun. Dude, all of my books are black and white, like Fake Your Death, Teenage Babylon, This Comic Kills Fascists. Those are my main.
It is the smartest thing you will ever do as an indie. Sorry, Chris and Kris. Like the black and white is like, it just gives you a lot more options because like but I'll shut up.
No, I get that. You're totally right. Like, there's a lot of versatility you could do with it. There's a lot of stuff cost wise. There's a lot of stuff like just approachability on that. Like, black and white does have like its own statement. Plus, it's like it has that manga feel in a sense too, which does attract a handful of like readers and new coming readers as well, because they're kind of attuned into that black and white manga aesthetic. But I mean, that was a big part, keeping it black and white. We do a lot of resources. We really want it to be like a resource book. We want people to open it up, and if they're having issues or if they're going through something or if they know someone, they could provide resources to somebody. It's just not there for fluff. Like, there's QR codes to special things that are hard to find on the internet. And we try to get our contributors to send us resources. We've learned all across the board. We've tried to really make it really exciting for those who contribute, more than just a story. Like, we want to really have them like share their voice and like their opinions and like give us like stuff that they feel would help others. And we did that in both books again. What I think what we learned was that like we probably could have and should have kickstarted the last book, because I think it would have hit more people. And that's the whole reason why we're kickstarting, is just to get a bigger audience. And I think as much as the first book was pushed, and as well as it's done over the last year, it could have done even better. And it's really because I just want those stories out there. I've heard some like stories that like have made me emotional, like getting feedback on, like, you know, I've been at a comic book shop and somebody told me, like, my girlfriend wrote her first story in the first book, and somebody, you know, was in a hospital relating to a story that she had written, and them reading that book like made them not feel so alone going through that moment while they were in the hospital and like coming home, and like that made her cry. That made me like emotional hearing it. I was like, I'd love to help you like within like a moment like that. And I mean, the second one, we just try to make it bigger, better, more bombastic. You know what I mean? We just wanted more voices, more. We were also trying not to get caught in the moment a lot, and that's hard to do. Like, we were going to make this very ice themed, and it's not to say like ice isn't trending anymore. We shouldn't talk. It's more of just like we were going to do this big approach on something, and we felt like it was going to dominate the whole book, versus like making it a very versatile book with different ideas and, you know, themes within it that all correlate into one big theme and armature. But I don't know, this one just seemed bigger and better. I think we just turned up the volume to 11 on this one. I don't think we did a lot different, but just opened it to the public. And last time it was very, hey, let's ask a handful of people we know. Like, let's try to get this going. Let's get these small stories. And so it was very controlled submission process. And this one we had, I think, over 60 submissions, and we filtered through each one of them. And now we narrowed it down to like 18.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I think there's a total of
23. I could be wrong.
I think there's a total of 20 creative teams within the book.
Yeah.
So I think that there's either like 19 or 20 stories, because I think
that's essays, comics, all sorts of stuff. And we're going to try to add some more. We have some interviews we want to put in there that might be a bonus, either maybe for this one, maybe for the next one, maybe a side zine. It just depends, because as more people hear about it, they want to get involved. But we know we're going to do this again too. So it's finding that balance of like, hey, should we just toss this in as a bonus? Like, or should we try to get this going this month to promote it during the campaign? We might have some announcements during the campaign of like some interviews we land and that we want to do graded and whatnot. So there's things like that. Always wish we were a bit more prepared, you know what I mean? But like, it's one of those things. It's making comics. You always think of things the last, week before you launch. There's ideas that come that, you've been working on this for so long that you're like, all right, we're cemented, we're in it. Dude, I fucking drew a piece like in 2 days that actually it's right here. I should be inking it, but I drew this in yesterday and today just to make it the poster that's going in a campaign. It's a punk girl burning an American flag with like a skull smoke and has a little thing right there. So this is gonna be a print in the campaign.
Very subtle.
Yeah. Very subtle.
So was our title.
It's pretty subtle.
I'm getting kind of a vibe here.
Yeah. Dude, it is an interesting book to like campaign and put out when you start a new job, and you're like, hey, you want to check out the next book I'm making? And it's one of those things where like you have a book that's called This Comic Kills Fascists, and you're handing it out to, you know, creators you admire, you're sharing it with like, you know, peers and coworkers. And there's moments where you're just like, fuck, I hope I don't get like some pushback on this, like, because it is a bit, it's in your face and and then I had said that to somebody and they're like, hey dude, like, valid point. Like, you know, it is like political, it is this, it is that. However, whoever like makes a face or pushes it back to you, they're like, is that really someone you want to be associating with anyways? And you're like, hey, you know, that's a great point as well. Like it
the
is.
other thing is that I would say is like, you can only be responsible for what you do. You can't be responsible for how they receive it. So like, if you give it to them in the heart of, hey, I made this thing and I'm really proud of it because I'm just pissed off with everything that's happening and I had to do something about it. This is my language. And they're like, ugh, gross. Like, okay, well, I'm still really proud of this. I'm still really pissed off about what's going on, and this is still my language. So, okay, and you just go to the next person. Like, I don't know. I constantly am trying to free people from being stuck in the hesitation because it's like, ooh, what if this doesn't go well? Okay, then fine, it doesn't go well. Like, it's not for you. And that's fine, because the people that it is for, you're going to find and will find you and the campaign. So fuck it, dude. Like,
I think that's a lot of Apollo books in general. We kind of have a lot of stories and books that get a little touchy. You know what I mean? Like Teenage Babylon is a very niche book in a sense. It's about, you know, like a band. It's hey, Eric's fucking loaded today.
I came with visual aid.
I love props.
He's like the Vanna White of indie film.
Do it again, Eric.
Comics.
Can we light it up?
Ah.
Can I get a T? Can I get a B? But this, you know, like Teenage Babylon's like has like, you know, like there's some sex jokes in there. There's some, you know, drug jokes in there and whatnot. Like in the first issue, they take shrooms. There's all this shit. And, you know, Eric and I write, you know, stoner stories as well. We have some great. Outer Space is a phenomenal book. OS Shorties is his, you know, drawn, created stuff, spin-offs from there. And then I do the High Adventure, the Weed Wizard, and Bong Boy. So like we have material that's kind of like, like this is touchy for some groups and touchy for some ways to promote and get out there. But it's like, you know what? Like this is just what comes out. We're not forcing or trying. You know, when people are just like, oh yeah, just, you know, sit down and create what you want to create. That's kind of just the ideas we have, you know what I mean? So it's like, well, that's just us, and that's accepting your identity as a creator too, in a way.
Yep. And the thing that's sort of hard to tell non-artists and non-writers is like writing about something or drawing something is not the same thing as doing it. Like it is a very different, and it's crazy that we have to say this, but like, you know, I think non-creatives don't always understand that like there's stuff we want to figure out. There's stuff we want to air out. And like indie publishing is always going to be the best place to do that because DC and Marvel they're not going to run that cover. They're not going to have those ideas. So it's
the beauty of the indie scene really is like creators can authentically utilize their voice to tell the stories that they want to tell. Like there's no voice saying, maybe not so much on the drug paraphernalia. Can you really? I don't think we should tell that joke. Like there's no one to say that. So if that's part of what we want to do, whether it's we got something to say and we're going to say it, or like, I think this is funny. Like it's Weed Wizard and Bong Boy. That's funny. Like, It is funny. So, you know, we get to do whatever because we're self-publishing all of it. So yeah, like that's the other beautiful thing about being able to create comics here. And part of why I'm like, I talk to creators like, you know, the dream is, you know, hey, one of the big two books. I would love to do a Spider-Man book. I would love to do whatever. And I'm like, I just want to make comics. Like, I got stories to tell and I'm going to tell them, and come hell or high water. Like I'm too damn stubborn to not make the stories that I want to make exactly how I want to make them. So there's that.
Yeah, literally, dude, you kind of just, I don't know. I mean, Stoned Wars, like the comic, my first comic I drew, it's really just like, you know, my cat and that's like a dark Jedi, and it has a couple stoner jokes. Like I just didn't know what else to do. That would like kept my attention and made you want to draw what's exciting for you and whatnot too. And like I would love, you know, there's this anthology that's taking submissions right now on like your own version of Batman and whatnot. And I was like talking to our friend Anthony Inacio, who does Super Guy. And I was like, dude, I'm fucking stuck. Like, I can't think of like my version of Batman. And I've never really been able to like, I'm a huge Batman fan. Like, in fact, this is all just Batman books right here. Sorry, Booby, I didn't mean to scare you, dude. I don't know how to write like a Daredevil story I've never really known how to like take in that history and like be able to turn it into my own. Whereas like I could take a concept like, oh, what if I just like do Star Wars but with like weed? You know what I mean? Like that's easy for me.
Wait, is weed the force in this equation, or
kind of? So like they I have Eric's gonna go get it. I love it. It's really it has no. Yeah, he is why Apollo.
Either
runs.
he's getting the book or a bong. It's one of the two.
Maybe both.
No idea. Ooh,
Maybe both. So it's like the dank. Was it? Yeah, the dank is like the part that powers everyone. They're all just 1-page stories too. Like none of them have true continuity, other than like this was me just trying to do comic book pages. I was like, I don't know what to do, and I wrote about a time I was high and I met the guy that played Boba Fett. And then the other stories are just like, how can I have fun with panels? Like, how can I just like learn how to draw and make it relatable? Like this is just two stoners trying to light up, two stormtroopers trying to spark, and then a Jedi pops out and they shoot them like crazy, and then they're just like, oh crap, and the joint goes out, so then they shoot the joint and it relights. Like it's just goofy. Like it's all dumb. But I do have a code. Like, you know how there is there is no anger, there's only hate, like that type of shit. There is a Jedi code, Jedi code. Actually, that I could maybe repeat to you guys right now. Oh, there's the grinder too. God damn it. Oh yeah, there is no light without the spark. Through smoke, I gain focus. Through haze, I gain hunger. With sativa, I become efficient. With indica, I become tranquil. The dank shall bring the high. And I don't know. Like it's just this is me smoking weed in the living room with my cats and my girlfriend trying to draw stuff. Like, but that it comes from the heart. You know what I mean? It comes when you try to like search for in the soul for what you want to write about. That's just what my soul calls to.
super fair. What else? What the fuck else? See.
I can keep on rambling.
Okay,
Also, I love Evan. Evan, we got to connect. You're an amazing guest on this.
I just follow you on.
I'm just a big spaz. It's fine.
I followed both your accounts, Evan. Don't worry.
So one of the things that I did want to just brag about, because I think it's cool as shit. We were talking about making comics that we want to read and we want to see. One of the things that we're doing, because Barricade Brigade is about a punk band, we were like, why don't we reach out to real bands and talk to them and see if we can get them involved? And so we did, and all but I think one at this point have all responded back with enthusiastic, like, hell yes, what do we do? And so we're going to have real bands, because the chapter 1 is all about Hot Watermelon, which is our band, going to like continuing their tour from Wilma's, where they started in issue 0. And now they're going to be continuing that tour on their way to the biggest music festival north of the equator called Nest Fest. And because it's the biggest festival, we need to fill the festival poster with a shit ton of band names. And so I don't want to have to create like 100 different band names. I could, but we created like 60. But I was like, let's just
put Teenage Babylon on there.
Done. So send me a logo. This is what I said. Hey, we've got a comic book. It's called Barricade Brigade. It's about a punk band. They're going on tour. They're going to a music festival, and we want to work with real bands that we like, or bands that also exist in the indie comic space. So we've talked to a bunch of different creators that are like, yeah, we can definitely like send you our band's logo. And so we're putting those onto the poster. We're putting some band names that I've thought up. This is what I do when I cut the grass because I hate cutting the grass. So I instead think of band names to use on the poster. So like Jumbo and the Buckeyes is one of my favorites. That like totally fake band. It's going on the poster, but we also are working with real life bands like 1876, like I'm blinking on every shirt hole. I mean,
Ramona's Tea Party.
Yeah, we're from Sweden.
Ooh, I could. You
Norway.
should look up a band called Honda Days. Honda
heard of
Days. Oh, you have? They're
Honda
buddies of mine.
Days.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they're great people. They're friends of mine. You should definitely have them.
Dope. Drakmina, who's located here in Dayton. Like, there's bands that we're working with. We're gonna have their logos on the poster. There's a couple of them that we're drawing into. That Kay is drawing into the comic as Hot Watermelon like gets to Nest Fest, and they're just fans of music too. So they're taking pictures and Polaroids, and those Polaroids are gonna make up like a full page.
That's awesome.
Of just like their experience as a fan at a festival. And so we're drawing some real life bands in that way. And then we're also going to send the book to those bands to be like, hey, you're in this comic. If you want more to sell at your merch table because you're in this comic, you let us know.
Yep.
And so like that's because I think that'd be dope as shit. Like when I saw Coheed, they had Claudio's books at their merch table as like, hey, you can buy the Armory Wars. And that's kind of where I was like, why don't we work with real life bands? And then they can be like, hey, yeah, we're actually in this comic called Barricade Brigade. And like, you should check it out and then sell some books that way too. So
That's dope.
Dude, Coheed, huge influence behind Teenage Babylon, and the reason why it is a music book, and we're trying to make, Eric and I are working on music to like put with the book and everything. And so like we're actually starting our process with like doing cover songs for This Comic Kills Fascists. Both of us are working on a track, and we're trying to add like a couple more. But it's doing that music comic thing is just it's so brilliant. It brings together your favorite passions. It kind of lets you roll them into one. And like actually, I think we've all been in bands in like some point in our life, and like going into comics after being in a band is a great way to retire into, because it's like going on tour without the whole band, and it does make things like easier. Hey, fucking T'Challa. Sorry.
And what's your beef with the Black
You
Panther?
would never
dude?
talk to real T'Challa like that. I just want to make that very clear.
Picking on Booby and being a dick right now.
speaking of soundtracks to comics though, Kay, tag, you're in.
Yeah, so we decided that it would be really cool if we could release some music, and without, we did a playlist last time. We're going to do a playlist for this one. That is part of the plan, sir. I'm on the.
Oh yeah, I've already been picking songs. Yeah.
Yeah, let me spin the yarn.
Yeah.
I'll get to it.
Okay.
So after with all of that said, we ended up having a band called the Antibodies get a hold of us through Instagram.
They've worked with LKC. That's cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
They did a song for us that's based on lyrics that are in the Zero issue.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Like they made it's insane to me because I actually never was in a band. I was always the like band's buddy that was designing like logos and shit and peddling stuff at the merch booth, telling people about I was that guy.
That's still
And-
being part of the band.
Okay, great, thank you.
Yeah.
I just didn't play the
when you read
instrument.
Teenage Babylon, there's a guy named Frank who's basically that guy. You know what I mean?
That's-
Like you are part of the
Five
band.
in Hot Watermelon too. Like he's always there with them. But
Yeah.
we it's cool to know that like lyrics that I wrote just as like, oh, this is like that's a fun line for a lyric is now inspired and has become a song that like was made specifically based on those lyrics that we can listen to. And I'm like, I kind of ghost wrote that song.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's sorry, I just got really excited because words that I wrote are being sung by a real fucking band, and that's badass.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Did you do, I can't remember. I know we talked about it. Did you do the 7-inch add-on?
Nope.
I didn't see it.
No.
Whoops.
Well, Because I don't have the final art because we also commissioned a badass artist who will be announced when we release the 7-inch. See, we're just keeping things close to the vest.
Right.
I totally forgot. That's what that is. That's a
Was this like a flexi disc thing? Because I hate those. Like I think they always have the best
flexi disc.
They always have the best bands on them, and they suck to play. You're like, I got to put a penny on this or some shit. Like,
Oh my God.
fucking garbage, man. Like, I don't know, but like,
No,
you know.
no, it will not be a flexi disc. It'll be a standard like 7-inch
Yep.
record.
Yep.
That's dope.
But
That's
yeah,
see, that's
I'll
what we're
put that
trying to
out
do
on.
with all that. I love hearing that. Mark Bernal and Jade Lauder did it for I think Dead and Still Dying. They had a vinyl, like a 7-inch.
Yep.
And that's just some, and that's how we format our merch and our when you're thinking about tiers, you're looking at like musicians and how they do stuff. Like, oh, here's the t-shirt and CD bundle. Here's the this, and this. Dude, Thursday just put out a new re-release of one of their albums, and it comes with like the AP magazine thing and some stickers, and then like a little a pillow of the Thursday bird. It's like a little plush pillow, and I was like, I'm sold. Fuck it, I'm getting that.
Done. Take it. Take the money. I don't even care.
Affirm in this and paying it next month. So.
There you go.
Where is Kate? Did you write down to remember the single add-on? Because I'm struggling to find where I need to track there. Okay.
I got
But
it.
I think
Great.
like with music and comics, that's really what brought us all together from Apollo 2. Like that was, I mean, it's a big reason why like me and Eric's relationship, I think, like locked in so much was like the music and like the drive behind it, and that's where we really got to like grow with each other, and we push each other in different directions. Like Eric and I do a lot of stuff out of spite from each other. Like he started drawing, so I was like, fuck you, I'm gonna start drawing. And then he started doing comic pages, and I was like, fuck you, I'm gonna do comic pages. And then like I was talking about like, I'm working on this song for Teenage Babylon, and then he did a cover for This Comic Kills Fascists, and I was like, fuck, now I got to do a cover for This Comic Kills Fascists. So like now I'm working on a cover to do that. So we're really good at like that where we push each other a lot, and we push each other in directions we're both uncomfortable in, and we both know how to support and help each other through those moments. And so like our relationship has become very unique because of that. And so like that's been years of cooking. And so like when someone like Manny comes across our path, who is just like, heavy into all the stuff we're into, from music to comics to just the passion and drive. It was like, dude, you're a perfect fit. Like we get to just shoot the shit and talk about these cool things and like, show each other bands that we haven't heard of, and like show each other comics. And like, that's the cool part about being in like, I guess like in Apollo and these like, communities and everything, is that you all start to grow a lot more. And that you have someone that's like there to support you. You have someone that's there to like help you in those moments where you feel most like nervous and like scared and like, insecure and whatnot too. And like having those friends be like, oh, it's bitching, like keep doing it, keep pushing. Because in your head, you're throwing yourself down saying you shouldn't do this. And in your head, you're like, this sounds bad, this looks bad, this is like blah, blah, blah. But like having this group is really why we're able to do so much with Apollo, because we're really like, fuck yeah. And we give each other feedback. Like if it's not good, we'll tell each other, hey, work on this part. You should maybe touch this part, put more angst here, like put like maybe redo this section, or we have back and forth about parts when it's needed. But like that means we're in a really safe like area to be able to do those things too. And I like that's the coolest part about making comics and doing this and putting it out there, because we all know it's scary putting our work out there. And now that we're putting work and music is the one thing I'm most like afraid to put out, because I was a musician for so long, and like in a crazy prog brand, and toured and study music. So I have this like bar I put myself on, which I don't have with comics. Like with comics, I can learn how to draw on air and not give a fuck. But like if I'm to sing a song, people know me that I used to play music. I'm like really insecure about it, And so like that shit's challenging. But having this team allows us to do that and put it out there and have like, okay, I'm glad I did that. And so it'll be cool to see what you guys are doing and what we're doing in like 3 to 5 years with all that growth. Because I think what we're doing, when I see Kris's art and how it's progressed, even from like your guys' first issue that you put out versus AHA versus what you guys are now showing on the pencils on the page, like it's so much growth. And I know that's difficult to like kind of work through and get through and like demonstrate and like put out there, and I love it, and it gives me like inspiration and hope too. You know what I mean? It really does. Like seeing what you guys do, I'm like, all right, I can fucking do this. Like we can make it happen.
I'm a little scared at how fast K draws. Like I think he's kind of a machine. And like I don't do that shit. Like I take forever.
Like full disclosure for you though, Evan. Yesterday, I was like, okay, I really got to get the cover done for this. I had no cover drawn at all, and there's this sketch that I had done of Mick from Hot Watermelon. And I was just like, oh, this is really cool, and I'd like colored it, and Kris sent it to me yesterday. I don't even remember what we were talking about. I was like, what if that's the cover?
I used it for the thumbnail for this.
Yeah.
So
and
you're telling me you did a cover in a day? I hate you so much.
That's exactly what he's telling you.
That's exactly what I'm telling you. I did it. Now it was a 12-hour day, but
where's the doubt? Where's the shame?
I have plenty of it. I'm just not voicing it. That's a lot of. That's a lot of my problem is I bottle it up.
No, I don't mean that. I just think that's great, and like that, like I do think comics should be made fast. Like I think they look better when they're done fast, and like that's why I like your work a lot. Like I just feel like it's very raw and cool, and I just love it. So I am angry that you did the cover in one day. I'm also really happy for you. Like
I don't, because it's like set up in Kickstarter, I can't zoom it any bigger than that. But yeah, he did that yesterday.
Wow.
And to be fair, I also was kind of an obnoxious asshole yesterday to him because I was like, hey, do we have this? Hey, can you do this? I also need this for the page. What do we talk about with that? And he like logistically talk about like iron sharpening iron. Brandon, to your point earlier of like being on a team that you just have that relationship and trust. It was very much leaning into that where I didn't have to be like, ooh, I know I'm asking for a lot, but like, can I just maybe possibly have you do? It was just like, hey, I need to get this graphic for this thing. I know you can do it. Get it done, please. Thanks. And then this morning it was like boom, 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 boom. And I got all of them and into the campaign page they went. But it's like,
that's fucking me and Eric, dude. I mean, this morning I was like, hey, I'm gonna hit launch. I think we just need to add the pencils to this image that I drew on the page. And he was like, I did that already. And I went back and looked and I was like, oh shit, he did. But it's one of those things, like Eric is very, he's quick on the draw. And it's cool having like a team where like shit has to get done, dude. Like shit just, it sucks because like, and I kind of feel like an ass sometimes with the team because I feel like I get demanding of like, hey, we got to do this, this, and this, or you know, X, Y, and Z, or we're in meetings where you're like trying to plan stuff out and like you want to just like dick around and have a good time and talk about movies and cool shit, but you're like, well, we got to fucking do X, Y, and Z. Like who's gonna do this? Who's taking this rank? Who's knocking this out? What's the status on this? And it's like, you kind of feel like a jerk, but then everything happens and it looks great. And you're like, well, fuck, dude, like we pushed it and it happened. You got to have somebody on the team who's going to keep things rolling no matter what, you know? And I feel like, especially with Apollo, I'm the one that has like all the tasks in my head that needs to get done. And I know I'm not good at executing a lot of those tasks. Like, and I know that for sure. That's why I need a team. That's why I need Eric and Alex and Manny and Jade and, you know, fucking everybody who fucking works with us and whatnot. Like, and like the core team, especially, like it's, you know, Alex runs our newsletter and does that on Substack. You know, Eric like manages a lot of like, you know, projects that have been in development and like, you know, upkeep on some stuff and like our upcoming projects. Manny is like our editor who just helps with like updates and is like getting involved with projects now that he's like getting involved with more creators and more upcoming things. But like, there's always a task that needs to be done. There's always something that needs to get completed that we need. All right, this is done. On to the next thing. Like you're just like you're reading comics. When you're making comics and putting stuff out, you're just always turning the page. Like you're always like, what's happening? What's the next volume? And
very well put, man.
Yeah, thank you. Like it's fucking crazy. Like you don't realize how much work goes into it until you start doing it. We could put out one book a year and just be like, we're just going to focus on the one. But I think we're all just too ADHD to do that too. So
I speaking of being the person that keeps things on track, I I'm gonna be ending this shortly, but before we end,
I thought we were going for 3 hours today. I thought this was like a
Listen,
launch, a kickoff party,
my
6-hour
wife
live
will
stream.
murder me if I go for 3 hours. So, and I gotta
She's
eat,
good at
dude.
execution too. is what he's saying.
Yeah, Kay knows. So I want to go around starting with Evan because you're right here, and then we'll go this way and counterclockwise, and then we'll end on me. What's one thing you're excited with these campaigns, and what's one thing that you're working on outside of these campaigns? And go. I can keep rambling if you need me to.
No. I think the main thing I'm excited about is just a chance to like flesh out more of that world that I started to only hint at, and also do like a 20-page story. Like up until now, like my comics have been like 4 or 5 pages, and and now finally 7. But but
now you're tripling it.
But
Big swings, man. Big swings.
But I was actually talking about this with my son. Like, he's just like in middle school at this point. I'm like, now I can finally do some of like the little moments that I've never been able to get to, that I feel like are what we all really like about comics. It's not always the big swings. Sometimes it's just like the funny thing a character says to another, or the scary thing in in the case of a horror comic. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. And in terms of stuff I'm working on now, I'm starting to pull together Halloween, and I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be like every year. It's like people don't know who aren't on Kickstarter. Like Kickstarter makes everything look really fun. It is an emotional ride. Like
I think I'm starting to learn that.
I was telling Manny, I was just like, he was like super hyped about the campaign. I'm so sorry to cut you off, but he was like super hyped about the campaign. And then in my head, I'm just like, yeah, it's cool. It's like, we're going to launch tomorrow. Okay, cool. And then like, he's like hyped up, and he's like, we got a backer and we got 3 backers. And then I think I said somewhere in like the chat where I was like, your first like few campaigns, you're just anxious and you're just like a mess and you're just refreshing every 3 seconds. And then like a year later, you're still kind of like that, but you're like, oh, I'm prepared. I can do this mentally. Like we got this, we could power through. And then by like year 3 or 4, you're just like, let it rip. Fucking let's just go. Fucking want to fucking launch. Let's just do our best. We'll hit that finish line. Like we'll just. Why are you thinking about the next one? Like it becomes part of your life, and it's hard to get to that point because it's so much anxiety and so much writing on this because you spent so much time on it. But I'm so sorry to cut you off. I just
no. I mean that's exactly it. So like part of like what I'm doing is just like what Mr. Stahl's going through right now is just like you gotta have your images ready. You gotta have like everything you want to say, because like Kickstarter's not going to let you edit that stuff. Like you have to have as much of the final product up front. And when I was a teen doing zines and stuff like that, I didn't have to present anything. Like it was just like here's a collage I made, guys. So yeah, that's what's going on, and I really hope you guys will check out my Instagram, Evan Johnston Art.
And then your ripped one was. Let me look that up again. It was.
We're gonna
Evan Johnston Fitness.
You guys have convinced me that I need to move away from that. So thank you.
So this was also an intervention.
This is
It's actually the reason why we launched these books.
Yeah.
No,
we realize how toxic your health routines were. You do draw more.
Well, what I really want to drill down now are like Twinkies and like a lot more junk food, like Doritos. Like that's where my passion and comics. So thank you guys. You helped me so much. So
that's what we're here for, Evan.
Thanks.
That's perfect. Brandon, you're up.
Before I do, I'll reveal before we leave the back cover of the new book of this comic. The first one said FCK NZS, fuck Nazis. There we go. Fucking Eric on point. And then the new one, we're continuing that pattern, but we're doing fuck AI on this one.
Yeah!
So I made sure to hand draw it. What did you ask, Kris?
What are you excited about the campaign? What are you working on outside of this campaign, and adding on the smarts? Where do people find you on social media?
I'm excited, regarding both campaigns. One, I'm just hyped that you guys are putting out another book and so quickly. Like the fact that you guys are putting out books back to back to back, like makes me so excited and so proud of you guys. Like the first time I was interviewed by Kris on Longbox Punk, I forgot what book we were promoting, but it was you weren't even there yet. You weren't even doing comics or anything yet, and which is why we just talked about Tom DeLonge, and it was beautiful. But I think it's so cool that now that I've done so many shows with like other Kris over here, it's great seeing like the work that you're drawing on those live streams like come to life, and I love getting your books in the mail in like a timely manner. I'm just hyped you guys are continuing this and pushing yourselves and evolving, and I've seen your process like in the background, and it's really just it's inspiring. You guys are kicking ass podcasting. You guys are kicking ass with your community. Like I could just tell by your social posts and everything. Like you guys are you're on the right track, and I love seeing that so much. I'm so proud of you guys, and it's so cool. Like just seeing another branch of like outside of Apollo, like creators doing what you're doing. So every bit I'm so excited for. And then you show me cool guys like this Evan dude over here that's just like ripped and just fucking putting out art, and it just resonates with me so much. So I love it all. So I'm so proud of you guys. Like it's really cool seeing, and I love that we get to do stuff like this together. With our campaign, I'm really just excited to see like where it goes, and to kind of get out of my music bubble a bit. A lot of like our projects right now are not so much of like fear of showing art or like stories. It's like fear of me like writing and like showing music and shit. So like I'm gonna be like doing some growth over the next, like some therapeutic growth, and I'm kind of excited for that on a personal matter. But also like this is the first book that like Manny's involved with, and this is like is like official launching book and shit. So it's cool having someone who's been so connected to the project be able to put out a book like this, being part of the team. But what else what else am I working on right now? We have Faker Death launching in August. I'm really excited about that. It's me and China Rosemaria. It's Act 1. It's 4 little stories of these characters who all come together at the end as we go into Act 2 of the story, which is a lot bigger. And it's a really wild book. I would love to come on the show sometime to explain it, because the creation of it was really weird. It's unlike any other book I've ever put together. China's a outstanding collaborator and storyteller. A lot of this was just like she's doing art and I'm writing over it, and she just has like the base idea in my head and cool stuff like that. And then of course this music that Eric and I are working on in the background, and I think those are my two. Also, Plants, Love, and Rock and Roll, I'm writing the script for with Max Flowers right now. There's a preview of that in a free comic book day issue that I think we might even make a little zine out of to like promote it a bit more. But that's kind of like a really cool stoner story about like essentially my dad, who was a florist, a delivery driver that like listened to metal and smoked weed. So that'd be cool to do a cool body horror. It's connected to Jade Louder's It's a Horror Show books over here. And then I'm writing the new issue of Weed Wizard of Bong Boy, which should be coming out next year. And then just some small art projects I'm doing on the side from that, and whatever else Apollo is putting out between now and then. I think that's it. I don't know. I got a new job.
That's
and it's
it.
crazy.
No,
Also, I have 2 new gigs. I work for Kickstarter and for Prana now, so I'm like balancing that out with all of this, which has been exciting. But a lot of industry stuff, a lot of comic book stuff. So there you go. That's
Where do
what's
people
good.
find you? Social media?
Teenage Babylon, teenage_Babylon on Instagram. Check out Apollo City Comics on Substack, where we host our newsletter. Check out my Substack as well. We have a link tree on all of our social media you could connect everything to, where you can find the campaign as well, which is, I think, doing well. I haven't done a campaign check-in to see where we're at.
I can tell you where we're at right now.
Yeah, I've been watching
We
it.
are fuck
Refresh,
20
refresh.
backers, right around $700. So we're almost at the halfway point.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
27% backed.
Hell yeah!
Damn.
And I got my watch. I don't know what time
In
it
what,
is.
like 2.5
1:30.
hours?
Not,
Yeah, like 3 hours,
An hour
yeah.
and a half, actually.
Sick.
Nice.
Not too bad.
That's really
All right,
good.
Kay, you're up.
Okay, let's see here. What am I excited about with this campaign? More Barricade Brigade. I feel like we came into writing this issue just giggling while we swung for the fences. and then trimmed it back, and then really just honed in on what was important to the story, and took full advantage of the fact that we were like, we're doing trade size, so like there's double page spreads all over the place just to set up some pacing as well as flesh out the story and the world. I'm super stoked about having real music tied to it as well as a playlist. Real original music, I should say, because I mean, other music is real too. Unless it's made by a fucking computer that they say is intelligent.
That's not
but isn't.
music.
That's not fucking music. But yeah, like I just want to get this out there. I want all this work that's gone into it, all the work that still will go into it, because we're like, I say we, this ubiquitous
Yes,
ubiquitous we. I am like a quarter of the way through the art, and then still pretty much all the coloring. It's a lot of work still to come, but it'll get done, and it'll be worth it. It'll be worth the time. Oh, fuck, we forgot about this. Since you mentioned the Thursday plushie pillow, Brandon, I want to point out that we have plush crocheted monsters that will be available on this campaign.
That's cool.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
Super limited.
Yeah. Super limited. Right now it's only at 2. I've been talking with Alyssa from Deadly Crocheted Creations, and she actually tabled right next to me and Vaughn Fox at 5 Star Comic Con, and I was like, hey, you should, because she does like horror cons and all sorts of stuff with her crocheted monsters and shit, and it's amazing. I bought one for my wife while I was there. That I got it because it had a butthole. I mean, seriously, it was the best. I was like, look, babe, it got a butthole, and she loves it. So those are going to be super limited, and she makes some really cool stuff. Like, she's got zombies and stuff that she's done. I was like, here's the stickers of the monsters from the cover, and like, have fun, because they
Is she making monsters from the book, or are they like custom commission monsters that she's making?
They will be from the book / inspired by the book, but not commissioned. No.
Great. And then what else are you working on outside of, as if you had any time, outside of Barricade Brigade? What else are you working on?
I am slow burning through writing a story that I don't know how many issues it'll be, of 2 brothers that are, one's a vampire and one ends up becoming some sort of a he's actually a priest that becomes a vampire, and he's sainted so he can, none of the religious shit works on him.
Nice.
None of it. But his brother is going to end up being the one that has to take care of him. And then I've got another one that I'm going through beats of the story on right now that is a sci-fi time traveling western based on the Rifleman.
Oh, cool.
And the thing that inspired it is the rifle from the Rifleman is from after the Rifleman is set.
Oh.
So I was like, what?
Interesting.
Yeah, maybe he's time traveling, and maybe he's got cybernetic parts, and maybe he's actually an assassin, and just kind of went from there.
And where do people find you on social media?
Punk Rock Kris everywhere, also with a link tree.
Dope. With a K.
With a
Punk
K,
Rock.
yes.
If
2
you type
Ks
Punk
together.
Rock K, he comes right up.
Yeah.
I have to type it every damn time.
You might recently see him having been rethreaded by Guile Cummings, which was fucking wild.
Indeed.
That was crazy.
That was great.
Indeed. Guile's such a red dude.
Crazy. Yeah, it was.
Manny, what's up, man?
How
are you? What are you excited about with the campaign, and what else are you working on? And,
Well, I
and all
mean, as far as the campaign goes, I'm excited because this is actually the first Kickstarter campaign I've ever been involved with. So it's been really great seeing what the process is like, and like the kind of energy and the kind of community it creates. As Brandon was saying, it's it really reminds me of like the the way we used to put on shows or fests back when we were young and doing scene stuff, like it's a very organic, community based way of creating something. And not only does it bond creators, it bonds creators and consumers and readers and makes everybody a part of it, which I think is beautiful and amazing. And I love it. I think it's probably the best way to create comics, man, because you get everyone involved and it feels so democratic and very important book to be released right now. The world feels very shitty and on fire, and it's nice to put out something that can hopefully change some minds and open up some hearts, man, because we need it now more than ever. And it's brought me some great friends, which is also very important, and also reminds me of being a punk. It creates all these things for you that all come together. So yeah, that's what I'm stoked for the campaign, stoked to see where it goes, stoked to see where my future with Apollo City goes. Hopefully it's long running and there'll be much more to come. As far as what I'm working on outside of that, I co-write a book that's published by Cosmic Lion Press called Relic Hunter. Issue 2 is the current one. It is about a barbarian character who in his quest keeps getting shot through time. In issue 2, he lands in 1984 in New York City. So it's sort of like if Conan the Barbarian ended up in like a rogue cop movie that Canon filmed. I guess that's the best description. The comic was created by Adam Lemna, and I came in as co-writer on issue 2. Adam is great, man. I mean, he does all the art by hand, and he does a lot of stuff. Like he uses duotone, and like our goal is to sort of kind of create a book that has a feel of like an old Caliber Press book, like something you'd find in a dusty old dollar bin in a really packed comic store.
Hell yeah.
So issue 2 just came out. You can get it at cosmiclineproductions.com, and you'll be able to get it at like IC3 and basically any com that Cosmic Lion is tabling at.
We'll be at IC3 Providence, actually.
Yes,
that's the only con we're really doing this year. But yeah,
I'll be there too. I also did a Mutant Mosh Pit last year with Anton Blake. Which is a book about Bebop and Rocksteady starting a punk rock hardcore band.
It's so good.
In order to win back a piece of tech that they lost. And they got to play a battle of the bands. And in that battle of the bands, Casey Jones and Raphael have a straight edge band called X Penalty Shot X, and they're competing against each other. So that was a lot of fun. I think the second printing of this already sold out from what Anton told me, but we are going to have a third printing ready to go for IC3. So hopefully we'll have that in hand. And I also do writing for Monkeys Fighting Robots. I do a lot of creator interviews, especially with indie creators, which reminds me, I want to reach out to you guys and talk to you all about your books and have you on there and post interviews.
Hell yeah.
So social media, you can find me on Instagram under X. I'd buy that for $1 X. That is a RoboCop reference.
I never realized that. That's so funny.
I didn't hear.
So
fantastic.
I post a lot about comics, I post a lot about what I'm working on, a lot of Apollo City stuff, a lot of Relic Hunter stuff, a lot of horror movie stuff, because that's another thing I really like. So yeah, you can find me on there. And again, thanks for having me on. It was a pleasure meeting you guys, man. I'd love to be on again sometime, and I'll reach out to both of you guys about your projects.
Perfect. And also, speaking of horror and loving horror, I do all horror all the time in October. I do like panel style chats about just why the genre kicks ass and updates and projects and stuff, but I'll definitely reach out to you about that.
Oh, please do, man.
See you on this year. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, I know you've been sleeping over there, but wake up.
He's like, you haven't brought up a book for me to highlight. Like,
I've got all the visual aids, man. No,
you missed the last one. I'm going to point that out. Like, I was a little disappointed.
Wow.
No, I'm pretty pumped just for working with just bringing in new creators to Apollo. Like this book is a lot of newer voices that I haven't worked with prior. So I'm like, there's a lot of recognizable, folks who I've known from social media, but the book is like really beautiful already. Like we've all been sort of like working on it in the backgrounds. So like getting it out there is what I'm most excited about because, we have my good friend John Lee took a bunch of pictures from when the National Guard was really present in DC. So a lot of the design comes from those photographs. And yeah, the stickers packs that we have put together that are created by the creators are all just so flipping rad. But that's what I'm excited about the most is just more people looking at this project and sort of like hearing these expressions of like, fear, frustration, like from folks. Like it is pretty beautiful just because there is a lot of positivity in it too. It's not just, could be a really fucking dark book and it's not, is what I'm saying. And then as far as what I'm working on, we have Outer Space issue 3 coming out here in the next couple of months. Our artist, Jackie Venturini, will be coming back for issue 3 and having those pages out here shortly. We have an OS Shorties coming out. That is the summer special. Little short one-pagers based around summertime. And then, I've been working on a book with Forrest Gaddis, who we talked about earlier with Dying Scene. He's a journalist and writes a bunch of punk rock about a bunch of punk rock bands, but he's got a book coming out through Apollo called The Panty Liners that is pretty fucking awesome. So
is that a band name?
It is a band name. Yeah, it's yes. Which I was going to say when you all were talking about the including band names. Throw that out there. That book should be in pre-launch here shortly. The artist Paige Morton, she's been phenomenal to just like chat with and see what her output is. It's going to be a really special book. I'm pretty excited about it. I think you all will really love it too. It's kind of like a horror comedy as well. So
nice.
And then where do people find you on the socials?
I am Eric at Eric and Allred on Instagram, at Outer Space Comic on Instagram as well. My co-writer and letterer, Ben Collins, is on Instagram as well through Benjamin .L Collins, I believe. But yeah, Instagram is pretty much where I do everything, or Substack. Sometimes I want to get better at Substack.
I do too. I had one going for a while and I dropped it, but I think maybe it's time to bring it back, dude.
Yeah,
you should.
That's where I was putting out all the OS Shorties too. So that's If anyone's curious about little one-page silly comics about weed and aliens, that's on there.
Always.
Sick. All right. Well, I'm known everywhere on socials as at Longbox Punk. I do the YouTube live streams every Sunday. I'm booked into November already. I think I've got 3 spots left for the year, which is insane. But I think it only speaks to the community that is indie comics and how just badass it is to be a part of it. I'm regularly humbled by people that talk to me that say like, oh yeah, you did that one thing. I saw you talk to this one person, and to have people that are reaching out to me that eagerly to talk to me and be on my show is insane. So like, I celebrate every win ever all the time. And that's actually going to be my next Substack post, because I'm also there. I do live streams on Wednesday nights called Box Talk, where that's basically a video newsletter. And then I paste like zine style articles as my actual like posts. But those are like every other month at best, I think. So, but yeah. And with Barricade Brigade, man, I'm just stoked. I love the band, Hot Watermelon. I love who we've created. I love that we're putting our backgrounds into our characters to get authentic representation, not just to like hit the button of like, oh, I have a girl character, check. I have a minority, check. It's like, no, I want the tribe that I'm a card carrying member of indigenous peoples of the Abenaki tribe to be represented authentically. So like the back patch on Tolva's battle jacket is the Abenaki seal. Mick has it like is Latino because Kay draws in his familial experiences. Like we're not just writing shit and making it up. Like all of the things that we're including are coming from real life. So I think if you're going to do representation, it has to be authentic, not forced. And so that's what we're doing. And I'm just excited as all hell to do more of it. We literally were giggling almost the entire time planning this first chapter. And there's stuff that we wrote that we had to cut, even though we thought it was hysterical, because like he said, we wanted to be very intentional with the pacing, and everything that we did in this book is very intentional. So we hope that, we continue to grow the audience. I'm not going to look at the numbers today or tomorrow. It's not healthy for me. So I'm not going to do that because I will obsess. But I am stoked for Apollo because every time I see what you guys are doing, it's just like, God, they're running like hard. And it's a pace that I don't know how the hell you guys have it so sustainable because
Eric.
We run on spite.
Stuff. Yeah.
I think that's what Brandon said earlier. Spite is what we.
Spite.
Yeah.
I run on anxiety and coffee. So
yeah,
I'm anxiety and
caffeine.
spite. Yeah, that's straight up.
But yeah, I love seeing what you guys are doing and continuing to expand just the creators that involved specifically with this Comic Kills Fascists. Like there's a ton of creators that came out of the last one that I was like, oh, what else do they do? And so like that's why I love anthologies, because I get to discover new creators. It's like the mixtapes that we used to buy at concerts. Like I'm on this band on the CD, and so are 17 other bands. So here you go. And now I have 16 brand new bands.
that's a great fucking analogy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank you. It's like I'm a writer with words. That's how I was describing AHA. Was like, think of like a mixtape, like Punkorama, like all, punk's good for you. Give them the boots, kick out the jams, like all of Jock Jams if you want to go that.
There are some slappers on a couple of Jock Jams, right?
Yeah. I remember liking those in 7th grade. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Before I knew punk. But yeah, like I think what you guys are doing with this comic and making a statement feels very much a part of, like, you're nailing the aesthetic of like punks make zines to say fuck you to capitalism and to fascists and all of that shit. And so like, good on you for continuing that legacy. I think it's badass.
Yes.
And
one of the best Florida hardcore bands right there.
Hell yeah. So those are the campaigns. I'm also working. I'm gonna have a short story in Phantasmagoria 3, which launches in January, February, I think. I saw a Comic Unknown in here earlier. But so I've got a story in that, which is dope. I'm also working on a couple zines of my own. I send thank you cards to everybody that comes on my show, and I always do a little sketch on the backside of that. And I'm going to collect all of those and make like annual thank you card zines out of those. I just got to figure out formatting and shit at my library, because my librarian also is a zine maker. So Kenzie's going to help me figure that out, but I'm excited about that. I'm also working on, similar to Brandon actually, of like single page comics, just to try and figure out how to make single page comics and playing with the format and storytelling and all of that stuff. So I'm calling those 45s because I have to label everything. And so once I get enough of those, I'll probably put those into a zine as well. So find me on all the socials except for TikTok and Instagram at LongboxPunk. And that's
You're
all
on
the things.
Instagram. What are you talking about?
Except for what I say, except for TikTok
and Instagram.
TikTok and X is the Twitter.
I meant,
is the other one.
in my brain, I heard you say Twitter.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I think
even
I
good
knew
call.
what you meant because I'm not on either.
Yeah, yeah, same.
Pieces of
I was
shit
like,
either,
that's
so.
right.
Same brain. I love it. Now, it wouldn't be a long box show if we didn't end with posing for a YouTube thumbnail. This is where, Eric, you get to show all of your props that you want to. If anybody else has props, I have this Apollo City patch that I'm going to rep. And too many props there, Eric. You have so many books. Okay, he can only hold him so long.
I don't know where my thing. Oh well, just okay.
Perfect. All right, here we go, Jens. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Okay. This has been a blast. If you hung with us for the hour and 49 minutes that we've been going, thank you for hanging out with us or for stopping in and popping back out. The links for both this Comic Kills Fascists Dose and Barricade Brigade Chapter 1 are in the description, so make sure you tap on those. Go check them out. And even if you don't back them, just share them. Like, just hit share and send it to your social media, send it to your network, because it might reach somebody that you know that we don't. And that's kind of the whole point of growing an audience and reaching and getting our messages out there. So do that. Thanks for the support. You don't always have to do it financially. You can do it with a simple social media post. And I know you all have it. So use it to help boost our signals, please. Thanks. That's it. Have a safe July 4th. Don't blow your fingers off. And maybe instead use those fingers to back one of our comics, because comics are good for you. Creating is good for you. Give the finger to the man, because that's good for you. And here's the tagline: go do what's good for you, especially in our current climate, and make some art, because I want to see it. We're out of here.